welcome to another edition of Bee's Knees. Today we bought a chicken coop off of Temu and we'll be putting it together. I will tell you ins and outs about it. I've read through the directions, which was a small piece of paper with pictures, maybe about 10 words total on it. As you can tell, we are outside and it is a little windy, but not bad. It's beautiful out here today. One of the best, warmest days we had after winter. So right now I have it all in parts and pieces, have it kind of sorted, and I will show you what I've done so far. As you can see, sitting in front of me are all the little pieces that we have. It took me a while to figure out which pieces are which, and there's some more behind me, but I'll show you those later. Okay, so the directions say find C and U and D and U first. So U is this little guardrail for the slide for the drawer. And then C and D are the sides of the chicken coop. So right below me, this one is D. It has the door on the other side. Right here. And as you can see, I accidentally drilled U into the wrong side and figured that out afterwards, and I had to flip it over and redo it. So this is the outside of the chicken coop, the door handle, and then the inside will get the slide. Okay, I found C. It's right here. It looks like this. The netting goes down, and of course the directions do say that the netting goes onto the inside. So I know which side is the inside for this piece, and the drawer is going to fit right inside, and I'll show you exactly where that goes on this piece. What I'm doing right now is I took my D with the slide already attached. I lined that up to my C, which is underneath it, and I'm looking to where the slide comes, and of course my angle is not true because we're closer here than over there. It's really hard to tell in the picture, but we're gonna line up C and D. We're gonna know where the slide is on D, so we'll put that same slide in the same spot on C, so it goes in and out of this drawer very easily. Okay, so I have U lined up on C where I want it. I'm really not happy with this because the ends stick out and they could hurt the chicken. So that's the first thing I found that I don't really like about this. The other thing is it is a very thin wood, and I do believe it's made out of cedar. It smells like cedar, so cedar is not always that good for your animals. I made the ultimate decision to hide those wires on C. I did flip the door over, or the side over, so you'll notice that the netting is now on this side instead of that side. To finish it up, I decided to hide those wires because I do have small kids that are going to be taking care of the chickens plus myself, and I don't want to accidentally get poked by the chicken wire that is sticking out. So I will let you know in the end how the drawer slides, and we'll even take it. We're moving on. Now it's time to screw together A, C, and D. So I'm going to get it set up. I'm going to screw them together, and I'll give you a review on that step. Okay, I have side C right here. Side A is right here. The great thing about this, since I don't have a helper, is most of the screw holes are already screwed for me. So all I have to do is drill them in slowly and be done with it. So I will show you when we're done. Okay, the first thing I noticed when I was drilling, and as you can see I don't have the screws all the way in, is that this piece of wood right here is kind of wonky. So it doesn't fit exactly, but we're gonna make it fit. Here we are. So side C is over here. This is side A. Side D is now on there. Just gotta tighten up the screws a little bit. Just a reminder that I had to line up that shelf that goes on the bottom for the drawer slide. So I may or may not have to fix the top a little bit where we are peeking over just a hair. But I'll let you know as we go. The next piece I want to put on is B. So I'll go ahead and find that piece, which is actually laying right there. Remember, the screen goes into the inside, and then we're going to apply it to our box that we're making. So we got side B onto side C. This is side C over here. Side B is in the front right here. And if you look through here, you can see the drawer slide lines up pretty well. I can show you from this side too. There you go. On that side, I still gotta get side D, which is that right there, onto side B. I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, as you can see, I wanted to make sure the drawer slide would fit into the spot when I got D attached to B, which it's not quite attached yet. I have to do one on top yet. But shortly it will be. The drawer slide does fit into the drawer loosely, which is a good or bad thing. If you have rodents like we do, small little rats and stuff could get into your cage, or out here in the country in Wisconsin we have snakes. Those like to find little crevices too. But let's see how the drawer comes out. Maybe there's a covering on it, and let's keep on going. Okay, on to step number 4, where we have an E, F, and G to make, and that is the nesting box. Let me see if I can figure out. I believe that is side. That goes on to side C. So we're on side C right here, and that's side C. I gotta find all those pieces, and I will be right back with you. So I found all the pieces I need, plus I picked up piece H, which is on over there, and it has this little doohickey on it. So we'll be putting that on side C in just a moment. So if you look at the high end, you look at the picture, this side is E, and that side is F, and then we'll be placing them on. Looks like the tall end goes towards the chicken coop, so we'll be placing those like that. The decorative side goes to the outside, and this is what the inside of this piece is. As I'm figuring out E, G, and F, which is that piece over there, it said to screw them in. However, they have pre-drilled holes, so I'm thinking bolts instead of screws, because that would kind of hurt if you reach in there and try to grab a chicken and catch yourself on that. So I'm going to reread the directions, see if I'm missing something. I did put the support beams in. Those are eyes, and they go across there like that. They kind of fit in those little cubbies for them, and they go across. And then I will figure out the nesting box, and if we're supposed to be using screws or bolts, or even if I have it in the right place. Okay, looking at the picture again, it does say screw, but if you look at this picture, it does look like there are nuts and bolts on it. So I will be using the bolts. Now I know why they didn't want you to put the support beam in yet, because I had to remove it in order to tighten that bolt that was there. So I have that panel on, and I'll be working on that panel and the flooring of the nesting box. So now I got those pieces on. I got H in there. Again, I'm not too keen on how many holes are in this nesting box and how loose things fit together, because we live in the country and because there are snakes around. Snakes, of course, like eggs, And then in the next video, I will have the eye back up where it belongs. Only a few pieces left, and as you look around, you can kind of guess where the pieces go. Now we will work on this piece, which is H. Of course, this is just a peach putting it together. Looks like H goes on the outside of the nesting box right there. That does say to screw 3 pieces in there, so we will see if it is actually screws that we're using, which I do believe it will be. The next piece will be K and J. As you can see, we have H on, which is this piece right here. Again, I really don't like the way G fits in there. As you can see, it's really loose. You can see cracks all the way around. My biggest concern is snakes or mice getting in. This board just sits in there. It doesn't screw down or anything. So that's my biggest concern about this at this point. So I have K sitting on top of the nesting box. It does have a rain shield, which is kind of nice. However, I'm sure rain will still get in there. It's just a little flap of plastic. The other thing you can see with this is you can see my fingers wiggling through here. So we'll see if it changes when I screw it down. But it seems a little warped, and I'm not sure that that hole between there will go away. So I got that screwed in here. Got it lined up a little bit better. Let me see if I can get a better picture for you guys. Not as good over here, but I think I'm going to throw a couple extra, what are these called? Staples in there to help hold that rain plastic down. So it does have a little flimsy lock right here, and it works. There's the box. So I need to get my child from school, and that will be all for today. I will see you on another episode of Bees Knees. So just watch and find out if we like the coop or if we're going to sell the coop and get rid of it. Stay tuned.